I'm
about to say,
shit.
it give you about four or five topics out of it.
That?
Listen, Jess did such an amazing job being the messiest nigga I've ever seen in my life that I went to bed content, happy.
Not me.
I went to bed and was like, yo.
No, you bugging.
I got enough from that.
Shit, I went to bed like, all right, I'm getting up early, and I'm going to FM radio for the first time in years.
See,
Right to 105.1.
I was so complete.
Now, fuck that.
But then I woke up and, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. And I picked up my phone. I seen the energy out there. I seen a few clips dog getting. I said, ooh, some breakfast?
I like breakfast.
Wait, what?
It's the most important meal of the day.
Tell him, wait, you lying. Because God got a good sense of humor. You not telling me that this bitch did all that last night and came to work.
That was gangster.
This is some of the greatest theater.
Well, that's when you sleep it off.
For me, this was some of the greatest theater we've seen in a while. She woke up and got dressed. Talk about Black Air Force One energy.
Early.
Oh, and y'all got to be there early. Mad early.
Yeah, so you there at 5 a.m., 5:30.
Shit, might not have
staring
slept.
at somebody. Oh, you ain't sleep.
You hit a nigga
Already hot from. I ain't.
You hit a nigga with the and what?
I'm here.
Walked in there and what?
I'm here. Sit down like nothing happened.
That's gangster.
And came in there to my corporate job with just a Baltimore understanding of things.
I was about to say that's that B-more shit.
That's my other favorite.
Shit.
Yo, there's so many components here that are great and fun. A lot that are not so great and fun. So where do y'all want to start in that?
Start at the live. Started with her.
Yeah,
her telling her story.
So we all know that she was out of work for some time. And as a result, as per her, she referred another young lady to fill in her stead.
She was pregnant, yeah.
Yeah. So the other young lady came in, and now allegedly, the radio station told her that this is what we doing. This is a temporary thing. She a producer. When she came back, it was 4 mics. And now Shorty done robbed her of her segment, allegedly, and wouldn't shut the fuck up. That's the gist that I got out of it. Jess had a problem with that.
And perception out there was, oh, we kind of like her. She's killing. She's
Jess
doing this
was
a little
saying,
bit better than.
yo, I'm in the comments. I'm reading the comments while I'm away. I'm away having a baby. I picked this person. Y'all pitting 2 black women against each other. It was loaded.
That's step one where the mistake happened.
Yep. Read the comments.
Reading the comments.
Paying too much damn attention to them comments.
I read that, but here's my problem with that. Jess comes from social media, being a media personality, and comments engagement is what fuels us.
You are no longer on social media.
Hold on. When you become used to that, you guys come from that where there's no comments. Monsters, y'all don't come from that.
That's not true at all.
Who come from where there's no comments?
We come from comments.
Back in the days.
There was comments.
What type of comments? Nigga, we had to read it in the newspaper.
No,
or read it in double XL.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when he... I'm
We're
talking
not
about when
60.
Listen, MySpace and shit, it wasn't like that. It wasn't as engaging and as quick as it is now. Niggas had flip phones and motherfucking Nextels when he was popping, how he came up. I'm talking about how you came up.
I'm talking about being in media. We have been...
What I'm trying to tell you is that the young lady come from that. Engaging in the comments when you come from that, same thing with me, you become used to reading it and taking criticism from your audience in order to say like what I'm gonna do next. It helps you, it fuels you.
That's dope if your business that you're using the comments for are on social media, right? If you're a social media personality, you might listen to the comments. She's not anymore. She is a radio broadcast personality.
She's 33 years old.
And for me, I say it a lot on here. That's not an excuse for me. You don't behave like where you come from. You behave like where you're going.
That too.
Easier said than done, but I understand. Easier said than done.
For a lot of people, it's easier
said than done.
I know, but
you're a walking T-shirt.
That just happens a lot because Flip often in these times of these conversations goes to where we come from. And all right, cool. Cool, we come from that. But so I don't.
But niggas throw you out in the fucking middle of the ocean and say expect you to learn how to swim. There's steps to becoming a swimmer.
True.
There's steps to adjusting to the media, to what's going on.
I agree with that.
This same thing. I can use myself as an example, but I wouldn't. It's just steps. It's not as easy when you're accustomed of doing things one way.
Yeah.
If she's accustomed of going to the comments and saying, yo, my popularity or my credibility relies on this, that's what you're used to. It just takes steps. It's not as easy as you guys make it seem.
agree.
Yeah, but
it's not as easy as
the
people
difference is...
Wait.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because she's also used to being one of the people, like, talking shit online.
About people.
So if you come from that, you already have a built-in understanding of how that shit works.
Not true, Ice. It sounds good in theory. That's not true.
It is true. He's one of them.
I'm one of them.
And Ice takes a joke way worse than a bunch of us take them.
I'm talking about
Not from a comment.
That's
exactly.
not-
But I'm talking about
yo,
a comment.
hold on, let me
I'm talking
finish.
about. I'm just talking about giving power to comments.
Cool. We Ice friends. We love Ice.
Okay.
Ice don't take jokes well from us.
He's gotten really great since you've been going.
He got better.
I'm just saying.
We've been lighting
So
his ass up. No, we've been really
but you
letting
get
him
my
have
point. Yo, Ice knows that we love Ice.
I've been laying it on
We'll
him.
go to war with Ice. So now, if he can't take a joke good from us, imagine what strangers might do, in theory, to Ice when he reading the shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Now let me give you the other side of
I
that.
think that's so backwards, though.
It is very backwards. Let me give you the opposite.
My friends are joking on me. That's
That
not quite the
love
same.
me.
Hold on, Ish. Let me
As some
speak as the
strangers.
person you're speaking about.
Yeah.
I give more of a fuck what y'all have to say than them. That was
that's
the
what I'm getting
mentality
from that.
before was.
That's what I'm getting from
No, you're
that.
making a face. I'm telling you something that's a fact.
I'm saying I'm trying to.
I give more of a fuck what y'all have to say than them, which is why they've said way worse shit than has been said about me with the jokes up here. Since from forever.
Also, we don't need to get caught here because Jess replied to this by
did.
saying, because she dismissed that notion. She was like, no, I just happen to think and feel the same way as some of the people that are online. It's not me reading the comments and being affected by them. It's I feel like this, and we got a savvy audience who's picking up on the shit, and yeah, we agree.
They not influencing me. This is how I already feel.
She said that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I just want all
Yeah.
Okay.
parts of the
Yeah,
argument
correct.
to be
For sure.
represented here. So we don't need to get
Gotcha,
caught
okay.
up right there.
Gotcha. When I first heard her statement, I was rolling with her. I was agreeing with her. Like, yo, dog, again, even for us, we 4 years into this, I had to turn off the comments for myself because I don't be wanting to see that shit. That shit really will affect how you... It's a public perception, right? That somebody has of you that is totally wrong, right?
Yeah.
And my nigga, we could say, yo, who gives a fuck what the public think? Who cares? Most people care, bro. I don't give a fuck how tough niggas come in here and act like they don't give a fuck. Joe cares. And Joe been doing this shit for 25 years. And the public, like, Joe will modify some shit predicated on what the comments say. We all do. We human beings, bro. You have. That's not true. You have.
Slow down.
I don't think it's based
want us
off
to
of the
conflate
comments
things.
saying
I've
that.
heard
I don't wanna
Joe tell
conflate
her part.
things. I believe, and I've said it my whole career, that a lot of that's market research. So you have to be able to read and filter what you should be reading and what you shouldn't be reading. None of that shit has that other effect on me.
What's the other?
Where, like I tell a story all the time, Stack Bundles couldn't read comments because he wanted to drive to people's houses and hurt them. I never feel like that. I never am angry at the things they say.
Everybody different.
And I understand it. Listen, the number one fear in the country for a while was speaking in public. So I make it akin to that. Like, is that like a deadly shark coming at you? No, but it's something that people were afraid of. So yes, it's a thing. For Jess, when you say it's not as easy as it sounds, the flip side to that for me could be, it could be as easy as it sounds. You coming on a show that has been active for 15 years, 13 years, however. Not only active, but probably somewhere around number one for most of the time that they've been there.
Yeah, since they
Right?
started.
No matter what you think of them today. Legacy's legacy here in what it is. So if these people are telling you, like when Envy and Charlemagne are saying, hey, they kicked my back in plenty of times, and I still got to come in here and do what I got to do. And Jess's response was, yeah, but that's how y'all carry it. That's not how I carry it. She missing the memo.
She is.
She missing the memo right there is your ego and your pride and how you carry it comes secondary to the gig.
The job.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm totally in agreement with you. What I'm saying is Envy and Charlemagne are 15, 20 years in. It's because they both been on the radio pre-Breakfast Club, right? So it's like a veteran football player telling his young football player, yo, this is how you should carry it. You get to that level. You get to that level of thicker skin that she may not have right now at this point in her career.
Okay, wait.
And
because we still conflating things, and I want to be clear and concise in what I'm trying to say. Granted, I'm rolling with your theory. You ain't there yet. This shit affects you and it bothers you. I think that's okay.
Cool.
Another line needs to be drawn before you get to the internet knowing it's okay.
What you mean? Oh, true.
Yes.
I agree with that.
We're talking about two different lines.
Yes, totally.
I'm not mad at her for feeling however she felt about comments. You just had a baby. This new girl is kind of ill. Lauren is dope at what she's being asked to do.
The gig.
They're dope in different ways. And they're women. So, I mean, all right, can we say it? Can we say it here?
We can say it.
Where can we say it?
We can say it. We can say it here.
You can say it. Safe place.
Is it safe to say?
Today. Yeah.
We have a bleep button.
No, say it.
The E word?
No, it's two chicks and they gonna do it. Like,
Women hate each other.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
I think this is where a sound effect would normally come in a chauvinistic.
I don't think it's that though, but I'm listening.
It's about. It happens a lot.
It happens. I'm not saying it's happening here, but
A lot,
you have
though.
to take that into account. That two women in the same place, two cane corsos, you put them in the same cage, you got to take account for them. You do.
Two king lions.
Yeah.
Also, I think Jess is mistaken, and again, this is me saying it, I think she's mistaken in calling it her segment. Her whole thinking around her segment, and I left, and then y'all started giving the segment to Lauren to do. I just follow her on Instagram. Am I saying her name right? Lauren?
Lauren.
And then they start giving the segment to Lauren, and then when I get back to work, Lauren is still in the room. I understand that. It's like you ask somebody to come over for a threesome, and when y'all finish fucking, that person's still there. I'm serious. It's the same exact thing. So I get her looking at it funny. And she even addressed it in her clip. She said, I see why Angela Yee didn't stay. The way that they handle shit up there, they just not, it's a lot of framing of shit be wrong.
I don't get that. I'm gonna be honest. Because this is still business at the end of the day. No,
That part.
Yeah.
And it's not your company.
It's not. You took the words out of my mouth.
It's not your company.
I think that gets conflated a lot.
But you can still feel a way about how the people are conducting business.
Companies lie to you all the time.
Yeah, even if
about what's going on.
But what I'm
team
saying
lie
is
to you about the direction they're going.
Well, yeah, that part. We've seen that happen.
I think they told her one thing. Somebody somewhere told her something.
And I think that's where her biggest gripe was, yo, fam, y'all told me X. Cool. I come back to work. Y'all still telling me X. If things have changed, let me know things have changed. So now that I can move around, y'all telling me X, and I see why.
But moving why?
I see why.
That's the point I was making with the topics. Jess, that show has to have a seat, preferably a lady.
A woman.
To run through the hot topics and internet fodder and famous people shit.
Gossip, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the hot topic portion. Wendy does it. Fucking
everybody. Every show
where
has
it comes from.
You do it.
Yeah, I do it.
Right.
I try to put a little nigga umph on it,
but it's still the same. Yeah.
Same shit. Jess with the Mess was her IP that she created on Instagram that was done a certain way with some opinions. To her, it was a little more than just a run of the hot topics, and that the line is blurred again. Because Jess, whether you there or not, somebody has to sit there and run through hot topics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether we call it Nancy's News
what we
or
call
whatever the fuck we call it.
Word on the street.
Whatever we call
She
it.
didn't need to get to combining IPs. Jess with the Mess should have been Jess with the Mess away from the Breakfast Club. And whatever this topic segment is, then that needs to be that. And it also, listen, Lauren is really good though. That too. I didn't know about all her TMZ background and all that.
That's always the mistake,
But it's real
though.
easy to look at her and listen to her. She can read. I'm seriously.
That's the mistake.
They put Jess in a position to where she was fucking up the shit because she wasn't reading with the fluidness. Is all I'm saying. It's a fact. It's not Joe saying it, so y'all have to look at me stupid.
I'm not.
I'm just trying to
Joe
But see, that's where the mistake come in. Because if I'm suggesting somebody to hold it down while I'm going, I don't want to suggest nobody that's better at certain things than me.
But why not? If you confident
because that motherfucker might stick.
But that's the other thing
with
where control.
Just with the mess, you confident in what you're doing. You can suggest somebody. I want
better than me.
All right, listen.
That's the other spot where control was the illusion. I'm putting somebody here as the company that's good no matter what. If you have a suggestion that will help, awesome. But you don't call this shot.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
But the company lied
And
to
she
you.
kept saying it.
Because she kept saying, I'm the
picked
one
her,
that
I
put
picked
her there. I'm the one that
No,
put her there.
baby, you
Not-
did
not-
not. You
not
are
your
not
show.
the one.
Even
You
if you
are
did
not the one.
suggest it, even if she was never on the radar, and
Yeah,
you
you're
suggested
not
it.
the one that did that.
You didn't pick. They still had to pick that. You're right.
She suggested her.
Come on, let's have the uncomfortable conversation.
No, listen. So the first day, I'm pro Jess. I'm riding with how she explained it, how she delivered it, all of those things. It just seemed like corporate doing some corporate shit. So I was rocking with her the first day until the next day, and then I was.
That's when she went to work.
And when she went to work,
And they all confirmed.
and now you hear the other sides of the story because there's always other sides of the story.
Sure.
And now Envy is saying, fam, if you felt like that, that's cool. I spoke to you off camera. And I told you to let me know what you feel and we gonna handle it. Cause I fuck with you and I love you and I rock with you. I'm gonna do what you say. If you don't want Shorty in here, she don't have to be in here.
Right.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Stop right there. Highlight that shit. Yo, when somebody is coming to you and asking for honesty, sometimes it's best to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we live in a world
Yes.
too much
Our
where
egos and our dick start, well, not in her case,
Don't
but
do that, bro.
our dick
Don't
start
do what?
I'm gonna get you. Don't do that. Stop.
I'm serious about what I'm saying.
Stop, bro.
I don't know what you think about. I'm serious about what I'm saying.
You're not.
That was the moment to say,
how you really feel.
I don't want this young lady in the room while I'm here.
Oh, you talking about her?
This was pitched to me as the three of us.
Yes.
And it should be the three of us. She can get her great producing ass to where she was.
I'm sorry. I thought you were saying, speaking from the corporate side, to tell Jess that no, Shorty is doing good, so she's gonna stay in the room. That's what I thought.
No.
Envy said that
if
he
I
spoke. If I come to Flip,
No, I understand. Because I'm gonna say, nigga, you're not gonna find an easy way to deliver messages anyway.
If I
It's not
come to
about
you-
the messages. It's just saying if he say, yo, Flip, be honest, tell me how you feel about up here, and you lie.
We do it to Mel all the time.
Yeah.
Mel, you want us to hire another girl? No. Hell no. I don't want the thought of Mel, cut her eyes at a bitch if she thinks she done walked in here. You that. Mel, dead honest. No, don't hire a girl. She ain't gotta go further.
True.
You know what.
Now imagine if Mel said, yeah, sure, hire another girl. It'll
And
be
then we
great.
hired a girl.
But inside, she
I'm
don't
with
feel
you.
it.
I thought he was speaking for another. I thought he was saying the Envy and them. You should have been honest to her in real time.
No.
She should have been honest to them.
Got it. I'm with you.
Because Envy said, yo, I pulled you to the side. You my nigga, and I fuck with you. If we have a conversation and some topics come up, and I'm like, Flip, and I pull you to the side on the balcony and be like, yo, dog, did that bother you? Do you mind when I speak on this? And you like, nah, I don't give a fuck, my nigga.
And then feel the way
And
later.
then when I come in here and start talking about that shit, you like, yo, that's fucked up. He be bringing my such and such into this. Like, yo, fam, I gave you an opportunity in which to say that you felt a certain way.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's what they said. They said that, yo, they pulled her and was like, yo, dog, if you don't want her in the room, we'll make it to be when she not in the room. You said, nah, I don't give a fuck.
Because sometimes you
Because
wanna
now
be
Shorty's greatness gonna be here with you now.
Because sometimes you want to be a team player. You want to show that there's nothing that's bothering you. You want to keep the morale
Be
up.
careful about that because obviously it bothers you.
Because now if you say that, then it comes out that you said that you don't want this girl who was killing on there. How does that make you look at the end?
How does it make you look now?
Player.
Yo, and that's the trick. To be team player,
You gotta be a team
You have
player.
to be a team player.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's part. You can't trick greatness. You know what it takes to be great? Being great. So if you know that later on, actually that comes up today when I fucking do my quit smoking shit. I'm not smoking. Last time when I quit smoking, and then I picked up again, I was sneaking to go smoke like I was tricking anybody but my own self and my own body. So now I don't do it because there is nobody to trick but you. You're going to know when you can't breathe. This ain't for nobody else.
Yeah.
That ain't for nobody else. That's for, if you know what's about to happen when this girl come work here full time, save it. Save yourself.
That's true.
And this girl is good, and this girl is attractive, and she could read, and she got a background, and she's winning over public perception by just doing the job, and she's non-threatening, like could fit in, like she could work with 3 of y'all, she could work with 4 of y'all. It's mad problems to have with this good at her job ass, head ass girl.
Yeah.
If you're just being honest with yourself.
That's true. Nigga, if you like, yo, nah, I don't care if Steph come on. Steph gonna Steph. When he get on the court, my nigga, Steph is gonna Steph.
And y'all know, that's why y'all reacted to Mark Lamont when we introduced.
You know why?
That's
why you keep doing that?
Because that's me and Mark joke, and I love that joke.
That joke
And
is
y'all
wrong.
need to watch that clip.
Who?
Y'all, when I was like, yo, man, thinking about Mark Lamont coming up. Nigga said, yeah.
You keep forgetting the fact that earlier you were talking about.
Yo, stop, yo, I'll fry you up.
That is me and Mark joke.
No, earlier what you did
That's
that day.
our joke.
Earlier that day, what you did. What did you
I
say
don't
to us
remember.
earlier that day?
And
you were criticizing our work.
And that's bullshit.
Hold on.
That's not what took place.
Stop.
I'm just telling you what our joke is.
You was
Because we looked at that footage like that.
Don't make the joke like that.
Exactly.
Did you see the footage?
He's being
I was
honest.
here. I was
being
here.
honest with
Did
you.
you see the footage?
I was here.
But did you see the footage?
I want to go watch the
No, I
footage.
didn't.
See?
But I remember the moment.
He criticized our work earlier today.
No, nigga, Joe was playing with our intelligence that day. Joe was playing with our intelligence, saying, yo, I'm bringing Mark Lamont up here, Lamont Hill here for y'all. You wasn't bringing him here for us. You were bringing him here for you. There's a very big difference.
See, not to me.
We ain't had a week.
What's
What
for
happened
y'all? What's for y'all is for me.
True. But you said,
I don't
yo,
think it's a difference.
whoa. You said, yo, I'm bringing him up here to give y'all some relief so that each one of y'all could have a day off every week.
And me.
So that each one of y'all could have a day off every week.
I forgot about that.
I forgot all about that shit.
Oh, I didn't.
I forgot that.
We ain't got the days off, nigga. You must have forgot.
I didn't forget.
So why we ain't get our days off, Aki?
Because Mark is too great.
What that got to do with our days? See, I got you. I'm here.
You don't have me.
I'm Sprite.
And
I'm Sprite.
you got
I'm lively
one
today.
He got you.
I'm Sprite.
He got you.
You said you ain't forget.
Obey your thirst,
No,
nigga.
he
You
do
ain't
that. He
forget.
like to stick to one.
Obey your thirst. He's Sprite, nigga.
No,
Obey
he
your
like
thirst.
to stick to one point.
He got you.
He don't have me.
No, but
I'm responding
I was
to the
the fir-
point. Initially, that was the thinking with Mark. Then that's what he liked to do, not account for thinking changing. That's true.
Okay.
Everybody gets a day off. When Mark got here, he was great at his gig.
Amazing.
With everybody that was here.
Amazing. Killed it.
So I just kept him.
What that got to do with?
What that got to do with?
If he's so no, I got him.
He was too great.
I got him.
Nobody gets a day off now.
If he's so great, look. If Mark is so
Why
great,
is that a tough decision to make?
No, which I'm agreeing that Mark is amazing. But if Mark is so great, then when you give Ice a week off the first week, Mark is so great that we're not gonna miss Ice. Then when you give Mel a day off the second week, Mark's filling in, so we're not gonna miss Mel. Then Ish, then Flip, and go around the board.
And
if that was your premise, and you told me I couldn't get a day
He
off.
didn't get his day.
But that's not what happened.
He didn't get his
What
day.
happened is you insert a player that improved everybody and everything. So now you keep player in. I don't understand.
No, the play.
I don't understand.
We're not talking about the player. The
We're
player
talking about y'all.
stays. Yeah.
No, y'all are better when he is, so everybody in. That's bad to say.
No, which means that your premise sucks, caca, because
Maybe it did.
Oh, all right.
Maybe it
your,
did
Your
suck.
premise was phony. Fuck
No, I
outta
didn't
here.
know Mark was going to come in and do that. Stop. That's not true. I'm not letting
That's
you
no
do that.
way
I'm
you
not
gonna
letting-
say-
I did not know that Mark was going to do that.
So what you brought him
What
in
do
here
that
for?
gotta
nigga?
And I don't want to keep breaking the fifth wall, but I did not think that Mark was going to be.
What do that got to do with everybody in here getting their respective day off
And
per
I
week?
remember.
Ish, wait, let me reply to you. Because stupid me thought that everybody was already giving their best, which was a false premise.
What do
Which
that
was a
have
false
to
premise.
do?
What the
Because
fuck
when
is
Yo,
y'all
you're
Mark-
not
talking
answering
about?
our question.
I am, and
No,
we
you're
can't
not.
stay on
You
this.
forget
side.
it. I know you're gonna roll. You better roll.
I'm
You
standing
better
in
roll.
mine.
We can pick it
I
up.
think I got you.
You don't.
Patreon.
I think I got you.
You don't.
Bring this back to Patreon.
I think I
We
got you.
can't stand here on this.
Yeah.
I think I got you.
And
I don't. He got you. He got
if you
you.
want
He
to talk,
definitely got
if you
you.
want to
I
talk,
don't think he got me.
You want to
But
talk
y'all
about
got
Patreon,
pom-poms.
nigga.
Hey, get the fuck out
Y'all
of here.
got pom-poms.
There you go with the
Y'all
bullshit.
got pom-poms.
What are
Your
you
favorite uncle is back. Nigga. I get it. I get it.
Uncle Ish.
Your favorite uncle.
What up,
You know,
nigga?
I'm happy you back too.
You know who you sound like
I'm
now.
happy you back too.
I ain't gonna say it, but you know who you sound like now.
That wasn't a low blow.
All right, we can continue on.
Let's continue.
Continue on.
Patreon,
now.
That was nasty.
That was crazy what he just
No, you too, nigga.
You, nigga. That was you crazy
Bag
right there.
lady, don't go back.
That was crazy.
This nigga impromptu.
Yo, Joe is bugged out.
Yo, you bugged out.
I am, but he crazy.
Yo, you're boy. You special, my nigga.
Shout out to Mug, yeah.
Shout out to my nigga. You special.
But in
And my brain missed this type of
this
gymnastics.
nigga is
Get your ass
special,
back to
bro.
work, nigga. Get your ass
In
back.
closing, man, prayers to everybody up there, man.
No.
We ain't closing. You
talking about?
We ain't nowhere near closing this shit.
About this?
Hey, if you tired of this, hit the 15-second button, buddy.
A couple times.
Yeah, I'm staying right here. I ain't even throw the trick question out there.
Oh, I didn't know there was more, nigga.
Because now, Charlotte. So
I thought she went up there and they squashed it.
no,
Yo,
Charlotte.
wait, hold on. I want to defend Charlamagne for a minute.
And I seen because you know I don't really watch the Breakfast Club.
Y'all forcing me to defend Charlamagne.
Charlamagne and Joe are really similar.
Assholes.
Try to turn everything to a joke.
See, and that's,
Charlamagne kept trying to joke them out of it.
Yeah, but that's producing.
No.
I'm glad you said that because that is the part where I was like, you know what? I'm forced to come to work and shoot Charlamagne some bail because maybe people just don't understand. But I didn't like people holding him to the fire for saying that he was gaslighting. I mean, even in the moment, Lauren did it to him. She was like, yo, you keep laughing through it, but this is real shit that we never address because y'all get to laugh. And I understand that point. But I don't, for 1 second, think that Charlamagne was trying to make light of anything that was going on.
He wasn't.
He's trying to make the show.
I think he was being a professional.
Yeah.
I think he was being a
understood
professional.
this is still a show.
You're talking about somebody who has probably been in the most uncomfortable media moments in the past
that
decade.
is true.
He has a bunch of them.
That is true. He got a bunch of them. He got
he's
a
in the-
compilation of them.
No, that's his list. He's in the lead
he's in the
of
lead.
uncomfortable media moments.
yeah.
I think this was another uncomfortable media moment, and we are watching a professional try to navigate through something
I agree.
that
1000%.
that I tried to work through before it got here. That didn't work.
But
So
now
now
we
we
here.
in the moment. Let me just try to navigate that right. And they was on his ass. I didn't appreciate that at all. I felt like it was an attack on me.
When I looked at him and all of the shit he was saying and all of the shit he was doing, you just kept coming to my brain. Like, that's some shit Joe would have did.
I ain't gonna hold you. It did make you understand you a little bit more.
No, that's some
Seeing
shit
it
Joe would have did. That's some shit Joe would have said.
Without being in the
bro.
situation?
Yes.
It made me understand you a little bit
I was
more.
like, that's some shit
But
Joe would've
also,
said.
if you understand me, then you know that I tried to avoid us getting to
here.
this exact moment way before we got to this moment.
That's true.
Which is what it looked like they did.
And I could see something else when she said that Charlamagne texted her and was like, no, tell her shut the fuck up. That's something you would have did.
I thought that was great advice too.
It's not great advice because now that gets us to over here.
Further.
You know what I'm saying?
Way further
'Cause
over
again, Charlamagne's, and it's not wrong, Charlamagne's brain is the show is paramount before any of us.
That's how this should be
I know.
treated.
No,
All of this art, movies, music, TV, broadcast, anything creative. The product should come before
I'm not
all of the
disagreeing.
motion.
I agree.
I just wanted to get that out.
No, true. No, listen.
And you're right.
And the other side is, and I'm not saying you saying it, but anything other than that is a disagreement.
True.
And that's a big problem. A whole bunch of money came into the content space, and now we're dealing with a whole bunch of just humans in the content space. Mm-hmm. But the content space used to be everybody saying the gig is the gig.
True. Yeah. No. Look. So I saw Joe in Charlamagne when he like, no, that's some shit Ian would have said. No, tell her, bitch, shut the fuck up. And we gonna rock with that. Right? I saw that and I'm like, yeah, because he's putting the show first. What you're not understanding though is these are human beings that may not view it from your lens because they're not there yet.
And in that moment, you're not thinking this is a show. In the moment.
She's not. He is.
I'm talking about the people that
Yes.
You're not thinking show in that moment.
Yo, you know where it's okay to not think show?
Home.
Off the show.
Yeah.
Off the show.
Yeah.
Anywhere off the show you want